Cardano is a blockchain platform and cryptocurrency that was developed to provide a more secure and sustainable infrastructure for decentralized applications and digital assets. It is based on the proof-of-stake consensus algorithm and utilizes smart contracts, which allows developers to build decentralized applications on the platform. The Voltaire era of Cardano aims to make the network self-sustaining by adding a voting and a treasury system. This will allow network participants to use their stake and voting rights to shape the future development of the network. In order to achieve these ends of greater decentralization and sustainability, Input-Output Global has drafted a Cardano improvement proposal, CIP-1694, that outlines an on-chain decentralized governance mechanism for Voltaire. This presentation by Quality Assurance DAO, QA-DAO, is a summary of CIP-1694. QA-DAO is a community organization that provides the following services: documentation and communication, auditing and oversight, governance and community support, facilitation and co-production, and project management and automation. You can support our work by delegating to our Cardano stake pool, QA-DAO, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and following us on Twitter for the latest announcements. In November 2022, a Cardano improvement proposal, a CIP, entitled An On-Chain Decentralized Governance Mechanism for Voltaire, was submitted to the Cardano Foundation's CIP's GitHub repository. From the outset, community feedback has been sought and encouraged by both IOG and the Cardano Foundation on the Voltaire CIP. What is a Cardano improvement proposal? A CIP is a formalized design document for the Cardano community and the name of the process by which such documents are produced and listed. The CIP process itself was defined and agreed in CIP 1. What is CIP-1694? In summary, the abstract for CIP-1694 proposes a revision of Cardano's existing governance, the blockchain. Two new fields would be added to on-chain transactions: governance actions and votes. Any Cardano user will be allowed to submit a governance action, which will then be ratified by a constitutional committee, delegated representatives, DREPs, and stake pool operators, SPOs. The ratified actions will then be enforced on the blockchain through a set of rules. ADA holders can register as DREPs or SPOs to either represent themselves or to delegate their vote, with the voting rights based on the amount of ADA they hold. The specification. The current specification draft, as of February 2023, documents the following: the Constitution, a brief outline of intent, and the Constitutional Committee, an overview of the combined governance group and its remit. Governance actions, the different types of on-chain events that are governance actions. These include a motion of no confidence, new constitutional committees and/or quorum size, updates to the Constitution, hard fork initiation, protocol parameter changes, and treasury withdrawals. Votes, detail of a vote transaction, the life cycle of on-chain governance states, and epoch boundaries. Delegated representatives, DREPs, which provides detail on DREP registration and retirement certificates, and a vote delegation certificate, a new stake distribution for DREPs, and changes to the existing ledger rules. What motivated this CIP? The motivation behind CIP-1694 is to address shortcomings in the existing Cardano governance mechanism, which modifies parameter values, including hard forks, and transfers ADA between reserves and the Treasury. These shortcomings include no room for active participation of ADA holders, transfers from Treasury can be hard to track and lack transparency, hard forks are not sufficiently differentiated from other protocol changes, and there's no clearly defined common vision or guiding principles. But what next? Discussion and review of the specification is encouraged across the Cardano community in order to inform appropriate revisions to this governance model. QA-DAO supports this objective by contribution to the broad communication and explanation of the specification with this summary and subsequent presentations. Full documentation of this presentation is also available on QA-DAO's Ekphrasis GitBook. Thank you very much.